today's video is going to be a drugstore makeup tutorial on this makeup look right here. I think I'm going to call this like pop of blue or something like that. That is a big trend this spring, having that kind of like aqua and blue influence in your makeup. I have been seeing a lot of tutorials on YouTube and some of them are like amazing, but a lot of those aren't wearable for me, and I like to do something more like this where I like to incorporate the trend into my makeup, but something that I feel comfortable walking out of the house in. And this is actually something I have been wearing now multiple times. I've been getting lots of compliments on it. My friends and my sister are like, ooh, I like that little pop of blue. And I've really been liking it too. The pencil I am using for it is from LA Girls, and it is in the shade Aquatic, and it is so much fun. So I think this is a really nice way to kind of jump on board with the trend without going overboard. Pun intended. If you guys want to see how I got this makeup look, then let's jump into it. Okay, to start off, I just primed my skin using this primer from 2B, and then I'm going to move on to foundation. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation. And you guys, I loved this foundation when I first got it, like a couple months ago, or even I guess longer now, like a few months ago. And I probably used it maybe like 9 or 10 times, like not that many times, and it really has ran out quickly. There's not a lot of product in here, so while I really like the actual foundation, I just think for the price of how much you're paying at the drugstore, you really don't get a ton of product in here. And like, how much is in here? So yeah, 0.51 fluid ounces. So there's half an ounce in here, so that is why I feel like it has just ran out on me so quickly. But the actual foundation of it is so pretty. And I'm also going to be using all affordable brushes today as well. This is the buffing brush from Real Techniques. And then I'm just pouncing over that with this beauty sponge from True Fiction Cosmetics to make sure that there's no like streakiness or patchiness. Because this foundation comes with like this little like spongy pad thing, but I can't find it. And I actually did like applying it with that. I think it applies best with that, but I lost it. I don't know where it went. Next, to conceal, I'm going to take the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and I am going to put this under my eyes. This is in the shade Brightener. This is one of my all-time favorite products available at the drugstore. I love that it has kind of like a luminous quality to it. It actually does brighten that under eye area up, but it is not that great of a coverage, so I do like to layer it. I'm also going to take the Maybelline Fit Me here. This is in the shade 15 Fair, and I'm just going to add a little bit on there. And then I'm also going to use this concealer for the areas of my skin where I need a little bit more coverage, because this foundation, wherever it went, the Lumi Cushion, is definitely not full coverage. And then to get rid of that kind of like veininess and redness on my eyelids, I'm going to take a little bit more concealer and just pop it on there. And I normally would just use like this sponge to blend it out, but since I have eyelash extensions and I didn't want to disturb them, I'm just going to take, this is a super old foundation brush. I don't really use foundation brushes like this, but I have really been liking it because I can be a little bit more precise on the lid area. To set my face makeup, I am going to be taking the L'Oreal True Match Mineral Gentle Mineral Powder, and I am just going to be taking this Ecotools domed brush. You can tell that I really love this powder, and I am just going to press that into my skin. This almost is like a translucent powder. It doesn't add a lot of color, but I just like to make sure everything is set in place, because even with my dry skin, I find that if I don't set my foundation, things kind of shift around. And then I also just like the way that my blush and my bronzer and everything else afterwards applies if it is set with a powder. And then for my under eye area, I'm going to be taking my favorite product that I seem to use in every single video, whether it is a drugstore video or not, and that is the Wet n Wild Contour Palette, and mine is in the shade Dulce de Leche, and you can see I'm not really a big fan of the contour shade, but I love this as an under eye setting powder. So just using this little e.l.f. brush, I think this is, yeah, a blush brush, I am just going to put that under my eye. is hot out. I don't know why I'm wearing this sweater. When I got dressed, it was like not sunny out, and now it's hot. Real hot. I just picked up this bronzer today. I was out this morning and saw this in Shoppers Drug Mart. This is the L'Oreal Glam Bronze bronzer for face and body, and I actually saw Casey Holmes using this in a video recently, and I was like, that looks so nice. I want to get my hands on it, and I thought it would take forever to come to our Canadian stores, but once I saw it at Shoppers, I was like, yes, please. This was $19.99. That was a lot of money, but since it is such like a big size and it has a little bit of shimmer in it, which is hard to find at the drugstore, I thought I would try it out. So I got mine in the shade 01 Light Pale, and yeah, like I said, it really is a nice color. It's like a nice light brown with a cool undertone to it, but not too cool. It's like a neutral tone, I would say, and there's a bit of shimmer in there. So I'm just going to be taking this big fluffy brush from Real Techniques. I don't even know what it's called because the name has worn off, but I will list it in the description box. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this onto my cheeks. Okay, it definitely does not look sparkly or like, not sparkly, shimmery on my actual face. I'm gonna do a swatch for y'all. So that is just a swatch of it there. It is definitely like, has like a luminous kind of finish to it, but there's no sparkle in it. I think I'm a fan. For blush, I'm going to be taking this Milani Rose blush in Tea Rose. I love these blushes. I talk about them all the time. And then this is just a little angly brush from a BH Cosmetics kit, or maybe a crown brush kit. A crown brush kit is right. And I'm just going to be putting that on the apples of my cheeks. I absolutely love these rose blushes from Milani. Actually, I love Milani blushes in general. I still need to get my hands on the one that's like a nude shade, because they have this one, a bright coral one, and then like this really beautiful kind of pale nude color, and I want that one, but it's always sold out everywhere I go. And then to highlight my cheeks, I am going to be taking the Maybelline Master Highlight by Face Studio Highlighting Blush. This is in the shade 10 Nude. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I literally forgot that I own this product, and then I was going around figuring out what to use for this video for a highlighter, and I tried it, like swatched it, and it is actually so pretty. And there was a time when I just loved this thing, so I'm sad I forgot about it, because it really is a nice highlighter from the drugstore. It's not as like stark and as, you know, in your face as a lot of the other highlighters, like, you know, the Anastasia ones or Becca ones, but it is a great option from the drugstore, and I like that it has a little bit of color to it, so it is almost more like a blush topper, but I do really like it. I'll do a swatch of it for you. That's it right there. See, it's kind of like this like shimmery peach shade, so it is very, very pretty. Okay, next I'm going to fill in my eyebrows using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer Ultra Fine Tip Shaping Pencil. This is in the shade Brunette. This is a really, really nice product. I believe that everyone has been comparing it to the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which I would agree in like the actual way that it looks, but I wouldn't say that like the consistency of the actual product is the same. This one is a little bit softer, and I do like this product, but this shade for me, this shade in Brunette, is slightly warm. Like, I feel like my eyebrows look just a little bit red when I use this one. But seriously, my eyebrows look red unless I basically am using gray. I do really like the spoolie on this though. Like, the spoolie of this pencil is really good. And then using my Milani Brow Shaping Gel, I am just going to set those babies in place. And then for eyeshadow today, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal La Palette Nude 1. I have never used this one or the number 2, which I also own, in any video, but I actually do really like these palettes. I think that for the price that you're paying, they're good quality. Like, I think they're really good, and I do like them. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I think they're good. So I am using number 1, like I said, and I'm going to start off by using this shade right here. It's just kind of like a nice mid-tone crease shade, and then taking it on a Morphe brush. I think this is an MB21 or something. Again, it's like super worn off, but it's just a big fluffy brush, and I am putting that into my crease area just for a little definition. I'm of course wanting the focus of this look to be on the lower lash line, so I just want to keep the top of my lids quite simple, but I did want to put a little something on there. And then using a more tapered blending brush, I'm just going to go one shade over to this a bit darker brown shade. It's still a matte color, and I am just going to be putting that directly into my crease area a little bit more precisely than the first shade, just for a little bit more dimension. And then using this angled brush, I got this in an Ipsy bag. I think the brand was like a London Look, but I don't know. It's just a nice little angled brush. I am going to be taking this nice bronzy color, and I'm just going to be pressing that along my upper lash line in place of eyeliner. And then using the brush that actually comes with the L'Oreal palette, I am going to, which shade do I want? I'm going to use the lightest shade over here, this nice kind of bright satin white one, and I'm going to place a little bit of that under my brow bone, just at kind of that highest point, and then blend it out just to highlight that area, but not too intensely, because this is the type of shade that you can definitely go overboard with it real quickly. And then I'm also going to put it on my inner corner, and I'll probably come back after we do the lower lash line to touch it up, but I'm just going to place a little bit down there to start. Okay, and now for the fun part. I'm going to be using this LA Girls Glide Gel Liner. This is in the shade Aquatic, and this is such a fun, beautiful pencil eyeliner. I actually won this, you guys. I won Luster Luxe's giveaway she hosted in like the fall time, and I never win things. It was so exciting, and so every time I use some of the product, anytime I use a product that she had sent me, I feel like I love it and I'm like connected with her. So this is actually something that was sent to me, but LA Girls is a drugstore price brand, and you can definitely order them online. But there's a lot of really amazing kind of like kohl pencils out there nowadays, so you don't necessarily have to get this specific one, but I have been loving it, and I am just going to put this now directly on my waterline. So isn't that just the coolest blue? Like, it's literally like an electric blue. And my eyes are quite sensitive, so they go red, but don't worry, they will stop watering soon. Because I do have kind of sensitive eyes, I like to set that gel eyeliner. If you don't have an issue with like waterline stuff smudging, then you don't have to worry about this part. But what I like to do is, in this Morphe palette, this is the 35B palette, it's like the one with all the super bright colors. I am just going to go into this shade right here, which again is just this like super bright blue. And then using this little, what is this? It's an accent brush from Real Techniques. I am just going to take a light layer of that eyeshadow and press this along here to just try to prolong the life of that liner. And then I'm also going to go back to that mid-tone brown shade that we started with, and again using this brush, I am just going to brush a little bit of that under my lash line. I don't want to go onto the blue at all, but I think it just kind of helps to pull the look together rather than just having like this like stark blue line on your waterline. And then to finish off the eyes, I am going to take my CoverGirl Supersizer mascara. And since I have lash extensions, I am just going to put a little bit on the tips of my lash extensions. If you don't have lash extensions, just throw on a good old coat of mascara or your favorite pair of false lashes, and you will be good to go. And then I will also be taking this mascara, the same one, and just putting it on my lower lash line as well. Being careful to not get too close to that blue, because I don't want it to get disrupted. When you have on a bright waterline color, it is important to apply lower lash mascara, because if you don't, it can almost look a little bit odd, and I find the lower lash mascara helps it to look really pretty and flattering again, rather than just this like bright pop of color and then it just all stops kind of thing. And then to finish off this look, I am going to be using my matte liquid lipstick from True Fiction Cosmetics. This is in the shade Boudoir, and this is just a beautiful pale nudie peach shade. And then I'm also going to put a gloss on top of that. This is from NYX. This is their Butter Gloss in Fortune Cookie. It is like the super kind of pale peachy nude one. And I love these. Alright, so that is today's tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you love drugstore makeup tutorials, and I will be sure to do more drugstore focused things in the future. Please subscribe if you haven't already because it means so much to me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Hi guys, how's it going? Today's video is going to be a review on True Fiction Cosmetics. True Fiction Cosmetics is a